The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi guys, a very good evening to all of you. A very good evening to all of you. Hello, hello. Am I audible? Good evening, good evening. Yes, good evening, Akhila. Good evening, Krishna. Good evening, Athira. I am fine, Naren. How are you guys? How is everything going? And by the way, Christmas is coming. Tomorrow is Christmas, and tomorrow is your holiday, guys. There is no classes tomorrow. Fine. Good evening, good evening. People are coming. People are coming. Okay. So what we did in the last session, guys? What we discussed in the last session, and anybody has any doubt regarding this last session? Good evening, good evening. So what we studied in the last session, guys, and do you have any doubt in the last session? Yes, fetch APIs and all. Correct. Fine, no doubt, I guess. So today we will start React. Fine, we will start React over here. Fine. So let me just open this. I hope my screen is visible. And let's open our React journey. Okay, let's open our React journey. I hope that guys you have installed Node.js. Correct? I think so. Now, okay. Why, first of all, the question arises to you or to anyone, why, sir, why we are learning React? What is the purpose of React? And how it is helping over us in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript? How it is helping us? Fine. So let's answer these types of questions. Then only we can understand the problem the React is solving. And if you understand the problem what React is solving, then only you can start, you will be able to learn. If you don't know why you are learning a programming language, you will not able to learn that. Fine, you'll not able to learn that. So let me tell you the reason behind React, why we are doing it. Fine, why we are learning it. So with the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, there is actually not that much of a problem. Okay, at the end, fine, at the end of whatever you write, whether you write in React, whether you write anywhere, Angular, Vue, anywhere, it is all been converted into HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to show it on the screen. You can, Nirjara, Nirjara, you can go and visit in your LMS, and there you will get the quiz. Fine. Okay. You can check your spam if you get your email, or otherwise it is available on your LMS. Okay. Next, what I was telling that yes, at the end of the day or at the end, whenever you are writing either in React, Vue, any framework, anywhere, fine. There we it is being converted on on the screen. It is being converted into HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That's all. That's only three things what our browser understood. It does not understand React. It does not understand Angular. It does not understand Vue. Fine. It does not understood these languages. Okay. But the problem over here with these three things are that the DOM manipulation we have to do, correct? We have to write the DOM manipulation. The DOM manipulation means what? The DOM manipulation means you have to each and every element, fine, each and every element you have to first select, then do some activity on that, and then show it on the screen. So for each and every element, you have to do 2 to 3 steps. For each and every element, you guess. So see, that's what the problem. If suppose there is a very big application, fine. If there is a very big application, you have to handle each and every element on your own. Fine. So that's what the problem of each and every element will be handling a problem because it was not writable code, or it was a writable code but it was not scalable. Then that's the problem. If we are able to write, it is not scalable. If we are want to scale it, it's not writable. That's where the React come into the picture. React, what it does, React does nothing. It is telling you, okay, you write a function. Those function I will name them as a components. Okay, those function I will name in the React as a component. These are all functions. In return, what they are giving you is called JSX code. JSX code. In return, it is giving you. And JSX code means JavaScript XML code. Fine, JSX code means that. And in return, whatever the JSX code it giving you, it contain your HTML, it contain your CSS, it contain your JavaScript. The problem was there that we have to write it 3 times for each and everything. Fine, 2 to 3 times we have to do on each and every element. Now in the React, what it does, it binded it inside one function. Like one element you take as a one function. Suppose you are actually building an Amazon website, correct? So over here, that on the nav bar, fine. Let's create an Amazon website. Okay, so this element. Okay. This Amazon, whatever it is in gray color, if you can see my cursor. This Amazon, what you can do, you can you write it as a function. In that function, you write your HTML with JavaScript, and you can also add your CSS. That's what it does. Fine. That's what it does. So it helps you to divide your pages into components, into functions. Fine. It helps you to divide these pages into what? Functions. Those functions at the end we can collaborate, we can add it to make one page. That's what React help us to do. And in the component itself, you can write JSX code. JSX code means what? You can write HTML tags with JavaScript inbuilt. Now we were writing separately. We were writing HTML and then we are writing script. But that's what React absolute. React tell you write everything over here. Plus, plus what React is giving me. Plus React is helping me to add some what you call hooks. What are hooks? Hooks are actually a helpful function. Hooks are actually a helpful function which is helping us to do something. Suppose if you want to make a memory of a component, memory means it has to remember what I have selected. What I have selected. Suppose I'll go to, suppose this balls, tennis balls, correct? So many tennis balls will appear. Okay, let's write tennis tennis balls, correct? So many tennis ball bat and coming. Fine, it is coming. Now I have selected this newest arrivals. Fine. Now you see, if I go here, go anywhere, it is remembering that yes, it you have selected newest arrival. That remembrance I want. Fine, that remembrance I want. So that writing in the DOM is not good, not helpful. But over there, it is helpful. See, again, I visit to this page and still it is sorted by newest arrival. So here writing on React, it is way, way, way more easy than how you write in DOM. That's what the hooks are giving you. It is helping you to do a certain thing. React has created the hooks for you. Fine. React has created a hooks for you. Now let me give you one more example, guys. Fine. One more small example. Let's see whether you can connect your dots or not. Fine. Just a second. Now let's move on to another website called, let's go for Flipkart. Okay. Am I logged in? Yes, I'm logged in. Fine. Let's go to suppose mobile. I want to buy one mobile. Let's go to that. Fine. Now carefully look over here. Fine. Carefully look over here. Suppose Moto G96 I have to buy. I clicked on this. Okay, I clicked on this. Now what will happen? See. Now if you think like this, you think okay, this is one more component. This is one component. Fine. This is one component where I am showing all the pictures and all. Okay. Fine. This is one more component. Component means again functions. Okay. In React, they are called components. I'll tell you how. Fine. What we have, how we it write and all. Okay. Fine. Now for now, you just imagine this thing. Okay. Now what I do is that I click on add to cart. Fine. What I did is click on add to cart. Now tell me where the changes you will see. Where the changes you will see. Do tell me. Fine. Add to cart I have clicked. Add to cart I have clicked and I'll go back. Fine. I'll go back. Let's refresh. Okay. Little bit bad thing. Okay, fine. Now what are the changes you saw? Can you tell me what are the changes over here have been made? Answer. Musical vibes. Where are you? Answer. What are the changes? Akila. Uh, yes. Yes. Correct. 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 YouTube people, nobody is replying. Maybe watching reels. Nothing, Lokesh. Nothing got changes for about Lokesh. Don't go there into the technicality, Sumangla. Here, what do you think? The cart number is increased. Okay, I will tell you what happens actually. What happens? See, this thing where it was showing add to cart now has been converted where go to cart. This sentence, the sentence, it was showing add to cart, now it has converted go to cart. And over here the cart value was 4, if you have seen before adding to the cart. Now the cart value has increased to 5. Now the cart value have increased to what? 5. See what I'm showing you, that over here there is one component, here one change happened, here one change happened. Because of this change, this component is also getting affected. This component is also getting affected. So how everything has been tracked? How everything has been tracked? This component is a separate one. This component is a separate function. This component is a separate function. But if I do one change in this component, our second component is automatically get updated. How is this everything up? How is this everything connected? So this everything is connected because of our global state management. Sorry for my handwriting, but I can write a lot good. Global state management. That's for us, it is what? Redux toolkit. Fine. Which helps. Now, what happen is that suppose this is one screen, if you imagine, this is one component, this second component, and this is third component. 1, 2, 3. Now, what I should do that I created one store over here and I link all the components here, this, and this. whatever I make the changes from this to this, whatever I make the changes, all the components will get notified. Yes, all the components will get notified, and eventually when we make the changes, this all component get updated. This is what Redux do, but we will talk great detail in Redux. Again, what is this? Helping you to write the code. It's a part of, not a part of React, but built on React. Help to write React codes. We have local state managements also. That can be done with the hook of React. That can be done. Fine. So these are some of the good things what React is offering us. Now, what some of the things like global state management is not of React. React does not own this. Similarly, when if you see, if you don't know about routing, again it is not inside React. Routing means what? Fine. Routing again, very easy things. If I click on this, suppose if I click on this Samsung Galaxy S24 FE, correct? If I click on this, will it be in the same page or it will go to different page? Tell me, will it be in the same page or it will go to different page? So on, see, it went to different page. Fine. Okay. The architecture remains the same. Fine. Left hand side picture, right hand side about the datas and all, but the data change. The data is changing. Correct. That type of thing is we call as the routing. Means on a particular route. Over here, if you see na, this route has also changed. Now it is Samsung Galaxy S24. Previously, it was what? Motorola G96 5G Phantom 4. Now it is Samsung Galaxy S24. So on which route, what type of data I have to show? That is called routing. On which value I have to show what data, that is called routing. Again, that is not a part of React. We have to use a third party. That is called React Router DOM. Like this, so many things are there. So many things are there. So now you understood why we are writing React. I mean, why we are writing React. How we are writing, we have not discussed that. Why we are writing React, is there clear? Is that clear? Is that clear? Why we are writing React? Fine. Now let's see how we have to write React. So for writing React, uh, you can either use a Webpack. Now, what is a Webpack over here? So you can create your own, help you to create your own React, and not own React. You can take the CDN links. You can start writing the React from that, and you have to do a whole lot of setup. Fine, to write a React, or otherwise you can take the help of Vite. Now wheat over here, fine. We are discussing wheat over here. Wheat, fine. So wheat is what a front end tooling up thing, fine, and it helps you to what you call uh, create React applications for you. Before wheat, it was called create React app. That one command was there. Okay, that command create React app actually has been discontinued when it's not been used right now. They encourage you to use either wheat or Next.js. For now, we'll not go to Next.js and all, but we'll do use wheat, white, whatever you want to say. Okay, so wheat over here helps us to create a JavaScript, sorry, a React page. Okay, and then whatever we want to write, we can write it. Correct? So shall we try how to do that? So what I should do is that please everyone open your again project. Okay, sorry, this VS Code, and over here let's write uh, React. Okay, in this create a new folder and you write 01 underscore basics. Okay, please do it how I am doing it. Fine. Then close everything over here on the right side. On 01 basics, right click and open in integrated terminal. There is an option open in integrated terminal. Fine. Open in integrated terminal 01 basics. Okay. Inside this, what we have to run? This is a terminal, guys, where you will write your commands. Correct. Where you will write your commands. So now you have to write wheat and sorry npm create wheat wheat at the rate see latest. This is the command you have to run. I hope that if you have installed your Node.js, the npm also it has been installed for you. Fine. And now press enter for this. Npm create wheat and make sure it should be inside your 01 basics. This is the path. This is the path. Make sure it ends inside 01 basics or whatever the folder name you have written. Npm create wheat at the rate latest. Press enter. Now it will ask you some questions. First question for him, it is what is the project name? Remember, guys, the uh, project name. Okay, one mistake I have done. Control C. One mistake I can see. 01 basics. No, rename this. Fine, and it should we should write it as a dash. Underscore I'm not able to see. So 01 basics I'm writing as in dash. Okay. Yes, npm install wheat at the rate latest. Oh, 1 second, what happened? Ah, 01 basics. On the 01 basics, right click and open an integrated terminal. What will happen? It will open like this. Now we will write npm create wheat at the rate latest. Fine. Press enter. Fine. Now it is asking you the project name. So project name, you can write any project name and trust me, it should be all small letter. Otherwise, you can write dot forward slash. Dot forward slash means within the same directory I want you to create. The name should be the same directory. So 01 basics will be our directory or will be our folder name. Fine, will be our project name. Okay, press enter. Now over here it is asking you some of the framework, what framework you want to use. So we want to use our React framework. What type of variant you want, means in what way you want to write your code. So we will take React, we will take JavaScript as we have to write it in JavaScript. Fine. Do you want to roll down with? No. Install with the npm start now? Yes. These steps you have to follow. Done. Once it is done, guys, once it is done, you will find something. It is something written local http localhost 5173. Fine. Okay, so if you move your cursor, it is telling you to follow the link, press control and click on this button. So if you do that thing, what will happen? Some website will pop up. Some website will pop up. Fine. This is nothing but whatever you have written in your React application, whatever you have written in your React application that is going to be appeared on your website, on your screen. Fine. Now you will say, sir, what is written inside our website? So let me show you what are they written. First, do let me confirm that. First, let me uh, first let me confirm that you are able to at least do these steps. Project name is dot forward slash. If you have, see, first of all, what you have to do. Again, I'm showing you guys. Fine. Again, I'm showing you. Please, those who have not, those who are in the middle and don't know what is the next step to do, press Control C. Press Control C. It will terminate. Fine. It will terminate. Okay. Okay. So let me just delete this. And once again, please, everyone look carefully what we have to do. One second. Let me delete it. Let me delete it. Okay. So I've deleted again. See, inside my React, nothing is there. Right click, create a new folder over here. Okay. Write a new folder over here. Okay. That is 01 basics. Okay. Basics. Over here on this folder 01 basics, right click and open in integrated terminal. Fine. Open in what? Integrated terminal. So this integrated terminal, the path will end over here 01 basics. Here you have to write npm npm create wheat wheat at the rate latest. Fine. At the rate latest. So it will tell, okay, what is the project name? So project name is nothing but the just now the folder we are accessing. So dot forward slash, press enter. What framework you want? React framework I want. What variant you want? JavaScript variant I want. Do you want to roll down Vite? No. Do you want to install the npm and start now? Yes. So it will start installing it. Done, guys. Still, is there any doubt? I have told just those steps once again, Vandana. Done, guys. Should we move forward? Can you confirm, guys, on the chat and on? Okay, got it, fine, fine. Now let's see what it is giving us. Fine, it has given me so many things. Let's study one by one what it is giving us, what this folder structures look like. Okay, so first thing, if you go and see, it is called node modules. Okay, what is node modules over here? Before understanding node modules, you just go to package.json. You click on this package.json and go over here. Now this package.json over here means it will help the Java, it will help the React or the React to understand what are the packages you have installed. Okay, what are the packages? Packages means what is the dependency of this project. Now here the dependency of the project is only two things, React and React DOM. This is my dependency of the project. Fine. Dependencies means my project, if you remove this thing, my project will not run in React. That's where the dependencies is. Fine. Now the different dependency is just like adding what you call a app to do something on your system. So the app will bring some more details. Correct. App will bring some more things to be installed. Have you seen when a game is installed, a big game is installed? So see, so many files get installed at that time. So many files are there. Microsoft C++ files will be there. I think Visual or DS plus 6. So many files will be there. It's like that. It's like that. Over here to run a React, we need some of those files. So here these are all called dependencies. React is one, React DOM is another. Fine. We have then dev dependencies, development dependencies. See, there are two things can happen in the website. First, it is in the development mode, then it goes to the production. So whatever you see, Amazon, Myntra, Flipkart, Royal Enfield website, any website, those are all production website, product. Those are all production website. Fine. But before going on to the production, it has been developed in your local system. Now this is what we call as local host. Now correct, if I give you my 5173 mine, okay, I can change the port also. If I give you my 5173, it will not work in your system because it is only associated with my code. and it is local. I have uh, not pushed into the production. I have not pushed this code, this everything into the production. So this is now in the development phase. In the development phase, what are more dependencies you need? Those are written over here. Fine. ESLint we want, types, wheat, JS, ES, so many things are there. Then there are written scripts. Script means with which keyword what the React should do. With each keyword, what this whole project should be done. If you write npm run dev, means it should run this wheat command. If you write npm run build, it should build this particular project. Build this particular project means it should convert this whole project into HTML, CSS, and JavaScript and keep it inside one file. That is what we call as a build. And that would happen once the code will, once you want to push your code inside production. That we can do. Fine, that we can do. Then we have lint. So in order to what you call syntax mistakes, spelling mistakes, those mistakes, this lint is going to handle that. Then we have a preview. If you want to preview your thing, you can preview over here. Fine. These are the script. And then you have the basic information about your website, whatever you want to build, whether you. So the name of the product is what? 01 basics. It is private. Yes, it is private. It is not public. What is the version? 0.0.0 first version it is. And what type we are using? Module type we are using. Fine. There are two type. I'll tell you about the module and on later. Okay, so this is where your website is defined, means your application is defined. Here all the information about what you have used inside your project, how you have used inside your project, and those things will be visible. Basically the dependencies, what dependencies you have used. Now these dependency also need some dependencies to work. Fine, it's not like that na. If suppose uh, suppose you are inside one um, what you call, what was that app name? Zoom. Fine, Zoom. Now in order to access the Zoom, you have to give him the access of your Facebook. Fine, so Zoom dependency is on Facebook, means your any account access it needs. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Gmail, any access it needs. So the now Zoom is dependent on your Facebook account. Okay. Then one step more, it is also dependent on your system camera. System camera. And Facebook is dependent on your information or whatever the next level information it is, your phone number, your email ID and all. So see, Facebook is also dependent on something. So these are called what? Dependencies over the dependencies over dependencies. Like also that we have over here. These dependencies also will be dependent on someone. So all those dependencies are written inside Node modules. And trust me, guys, we never go inside this. We never, because it is very large. And whenever you are giving this project to anyone, you always remove the node modules, because node modules can be installed with the internet easily. But if you want to give this node modules now, this will have so many small files that it will take way much space and way much time to give to copy it inside pen drive or to copy it somewhere else. So if you see, we never use known modules when we want to give this project to anyone, or when we are pushing this code, or when we are keeping this code inside our GitHub. That time never we use node modules. Understood? Fine. These are node modules. Package.json. Package log.json will actually tell you what type of version you are using, what are the dependencies of the dependencies, and so on. That's what the information of the package.json log.json is. Fine. .json mean you understand what is .json, guys? JSON object. It is referring you that these are things written in JSON format. Fine. Next is what from the top, if you see, next is what public. Now public can hold all your photos, whatever you want to show it. Whatever you want to show it, add it in as an external file inside your system, that will be stored inside as public. For example, images, videos, those things. Next is src. Src is a folder in which you are actually writing your code. We will come to that later, right? Git ignore. This git ignore means there is one software called Git. Do you know about that? Do you know about Git? It has been, this is the 14th day. Gautam, this is the 14th day. I was asking, do you know about Git or do you know about Git Hub? And and both of them are different. Git and GitHub, both of them are different. Did you know this? Yes. Okay. Fine. Git is a software which is helping you to track your project. Track your project. Now that can be done inside your laptop without internet also. GitHub is a online platform which is helping you to use Git and store it everything online. Whereas Git is helping you to track everything offline inside your local system, and GitHub is doing same thing online. Means GitHub is providing Git services online and helping you to store that data online so that you if you lose your data from the internet, it is not going anywhere. Correct. So here you see there is a git ignore, means I don't want to track node modules, guys, because it can be easily installed. So here in the git ignore, whatever you don't want to track it with the git, that you write. So see here node modules is written. So many other things are there, but node modules, as you can see, it is written. Okay. Next, ESLint configuration, again linting. Linting means that how to write, is that code good way it has written, the settings and all those things it is taking care of. Fine. So that configuration has been written for them. Then important thing. This is what the main thing of your project. Main thing. Index.html. Now you see index is written because This will be the first file to run inside your website. And from here only, everything is connected. Everything is connected. See what it is telling. See here, HTML only it is written. Can you read it? It is telling this is what one division element, one container it has taken. And then it is telling, okay, script with a type module. SR source is what? Main.jsx and then script. Close. It is telling that I have written a div element, I have written a container, and then I have written a script. Now, whatever you want to see, it's available on main.jsx. This is our main entry.js file, JavaScript file. So let's go. So inside src, we have what? Main.jsx file. And once you go to the main.jsx file, what you see? You see import. What is this import? This import is a part of module. Okay. Now what is module? Let me briefly make you understand. It's a part of JavaScript, which I have not taught you, but let me show you, but it's not very hard. See, suppose you have written one HTML file, correct? You have written one HTML file. Okay. Now over here you have written one script, JavaScript, two script, three script. Based on the functionalities, you have written all your scripts. Fine. Okay. Now you don't want to make it messy. That's why you have written your scripts into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 files. You don't want to look it messy. So that's why you have written 6 files of script. But the problem is that you have to link all these other 5 script and give it to one, so that the HTML is rendering the first and all the functionalities should be useful. So we take the help of two words over here, which is called import and export. Now these files will have function that we can export, and here we can import. These files will also have functions where we can export, and here we can import it. And like this, from every file, what we are doing, import and export. So here, all those import will be there. And JavaScript import means it will rush to that particular file and it will run those things. Wherever it will see import, it will rush to that file. This is what we called as a part of module. Fine. Two keywords you remember, import and export. Fine. So over here also, if you carefully look, we have import. This one, do you remember what is this, guys? What is this, guys? Strict mode. I told you, na, the strict mode will always be there with you. See here, strict mode is there. Okay. After that, you see it has been imported from React. Again, from React. React is written somewhere on the server. Correct. Create root. Okay, this is one more function which is coming from React DOM client. And if you see, these are React DOM and React are my dependencies. These functions are coming from there. These functions are coming from there. Then we have linked import forward slash index.css. Dot forward slash means what, guys? Current working directory. Current working directory, I have imported index.css files. means our CSS file, I can whatever I write in the index.css file, I am actually getting the access inside our main.jsx. Importing module. Then we have import app. App is what? One function from app.jsx. This is a file. It is telling import app. Then it is telling create root document.get element by id root dot render. Again, all the JavaScript has been written over here to tell you that whatever now you are going to write, whatever now you are going to write will be inside this particular div element. Now with this particular create root and render, what it will do, it will actually remove the JavaScript, it is write separate. That thing is internal, given by React. That's what React hold, no? These things, these functionalities of strict mode, create root, these things what React is holding. So we don't have to think about that, how our functionalities, our element will be connected with index.html. That is taken care of by React, and for that this code has been written. In this we have written app.jsx. Now app.jsx is our main file over here. This function, it is a function. Functions in React, fine, this is a function, it's what we call as a component. I'll show you why it is written like this. Correct. So now, have you seen root? Root is where get element by id root, and inside that render means show script and this app. This is our main.jsx, is one of the JavaScript file. Is one of what? Our JavaScript file. Up to here, guys, anyone has any doubt to understand anything? Anyone has any doubt to understand here? Okay, but I have one doubt. Should I ask? Okay, one person in YouTube is asking why in strict mode. Guys, do you have the answer? Why we have to use a strict mode? If you have the answer, please send me, or please send it in YouTube. About the app, I'm coming. About the app, I'm coming to that. Okay, I have a doubt. Fine, it's not related to something. It's not related to React, but it is related to JavaScript. Okay. Now I told you simple that one HTML file is there, correct? One HTML file is there. With that, one script file is there, correct? One script file is there. This is one, and subsequently we have written two more script files. And what I'm telling that you have to link this, and then you have to render this whole script. You didn't ask me the question, sir, why to link my this script number 2 and 3 with 1? Why cannot we directly write it inside this HTML? Script number 2 over here in this one, over here 2, and over here 3. Can you tell me a reason why? Have you thought of this? We can write as many script tag as we want. Script 1, script 2, script 3, as many as you can write. I think uh, Hazara Munir. I think Vedashri has given you a good answer in the YouTube. You can check. Fine. Let me give you answer. Code readability or not, it's okay. Fine. Suppose that I have one HTML, correct? I have one HTML, correct? In one file, I have written function to add. In another file, I have written, I am calling that function, correct? This function, this particular script is connected with this particular script is connected with this, and now both of the script are written differently. Script number one, fine, script number one, script number two. Can you tell me how this function will be connected with this script? How this script number two will be connected with this script? Is it possible? Is it possible? No, it is not possible. What you have to do, you have to export this and you have to import over here that function. Fine. So here we don't have to write like this. The script will be connected here because we are importing, and this script will be connected here. Two tags will not talk with each other. Fine. That's why this connection is important. That's why only one strict script file you need. Other script file will be actually connected with that one script file. In our case, that is that is main.jsx. Now to increase the readability, what main is telling, okay, now okay, I know that I am the important file. To increase the readability, let's make next one more thing where you can start writing the code without affecting anything. Anything means anything regarding to this. I don't need to come here, he's telling. No need to come here. Don't affect these things. What do you do? Instead of writing inside main.jsx or anything, you start writing inside app. And what you do, you export this app and I will import it and keep it to myself. So now users will start writing over here without any disturbance of main.jsx, without any disturbance on index.html. Understood? What is app.jsx doing? File connection is nothing. File connection, that not file connection it is. Actually, it is the connection between functions. Yes, connection between functions. See, I'm telling in one script tag, in one script, you write the function add. Fine, x plus a. And in another script tag, you call this function add. Will it work? Will it work? And in one HTML, write script one, this is script two. Will it work? Tell me who was asking? Naveen. It will never work. Because for this script, you have never written a function called add. For this script, you have never called a function called add. But we have to connect it. So here what you do here, from here you export it, just like Puspa is exporting. Fine. And here, like Japanese people, you import it. Correct? Same way over here. Main.jsx is telling, okay, keep it everything far from me. Whatever you want to write, you write it in different file, because I have some of the settings with me. I don't want to mess around it. So you do everything in the app.jsx. What I do is that I will import this app.jsx function over here in mine. And then since I've connected to index.html, I will show that. But you keep everything away from me. I will write in app.jsx. So fine, developer said fine. Because if you now go to app.jsx, okay, here so many things are written which is given by Vite. Just to check whether Vite is working or not, you can control A, delete everything. No, nothing is required. Nothing is required. What you do, you write a function. You write like this, function app. Like this, you will write a function app. Now, one thing, please everyone, one thing you take care, whatever the name of the function you are writing, and per file one function you have to write. Per file one function. Whatever the function name you are writing, it should be equal to the name of the file. If you are writing the superman.jsx file name, the function should be function with a capital Superman, like this. Hmm. How many have seen Doomsday is coming, Avengers? That also, but remember the convention is that the first letter, now these are called components. Fine. These app.jsx is now based on the components, not function. Fine. I'll tell you why. Because components can help you to write HTML plus CSS plus JS within one file. That's why we are calling them as components. But at the end, these are all functions only. Okay. Fine. So the convention in React is that components should start with a capital letter. Okay. So we have written capital letter. So everywhere you see it has been written in capital letter. So app.jsx is written in capital letter. Correct. Now over here, what you have to do, you have to return what? JSX. You have to return JSX. Now what is JSX? JSX means JavaScript is written within HTML. How to write it? So you write division, div block. See, you remember this div block? Nothing new I am writing. Remember this div block is written. Okay, you write hello world. Hello world. Fine. Fine. Div hello world. Now this function is returning you hello world. Correct. But is this function connected with anyone? No. So you have to write over here export export default, or export only you write export function app return. So what we have done, we have exported the function from here, and in the main.jsx we are importing it. Import app from app.jsx. Now there are two ways to import it. Fine. So now it will not run. As you can go and check, it will give you an error. Inspect, go for console. It is giving you an error because I have exported it, and here I am importing it wrongly. So here if you write curly bracket, now it is working. Hello world you are getting. Hello world you are getting. Now if you export it with a default value, default, see over here what you can do, you can actually change the name. App can be, uh, oh sorry, okay, and over here you write Superman. Fine. Now see, still you will get the same output. Now what I did is that it is was coming as an app. I can change the name to Superman. I change the name. This is one way of exporting it. Another way of exporting it, if you don't want to change the name, so you can write default. What you can write, default export default function app. It is giving me error. Export default function app. Now you see it will give you an error. Now what you have to do, now you cannot rename it. You have to write like this, app. You cannot rename that. And here you don't have to write Superman. Here you have to write this app. Fine. Now here a little bit difference is that app we have imported it, but we have to call like this, just like a tag you are writing, the ending tag. Just like an tag you are writing, you have to write like that. You don't have to write like this, app, call it. No, not like that. You have to write it like tag, like this. Now it will work. Hello world. And you see whatever the index.css, in the index.css, whatever you have written, it has been applied. So if I write over here dot sorry, div element, fine. What you do, color red. See, color red applied. So that this index.css is also being added. See, is been imported inside main.jsx. There also we are able to handle our css. As simple as that. Now you don't have to go, you have to write a style tag, sorry, a style tag css file. You don't have to write a script.js file. Everything is done in one. Okay, is there any doubt, guys? If there is no any doubt, we can start with one small project. We can not project, we can start writing it. so that I can explain you. Guys, tell me, is there any doubt? App.jsx file, sure. Okay, okay, fine, guys. Then what I want to do, yesterday, if you remember, I have given you one small task to do. The task was, if you click a button, it should show you the advice. Shall we try that same thing? Advice, joke for you, it was joke. Let me try with advice over here. Shall we try that same example over here, how to write in React? Because since you have done the same thing inside DOM, now you will get to know how you have to write in React, how much code you have to write, how much you have to think, and all those things. Shall we try, guys? Fine. Okay. Over here in the app.jsx, only we are going to do. So what we have to do, we have to write a div element. Fine. Okay. A div element. Over here, it should return inside a div element. I should write an h2 tag where it should return me the advice. And then I should write a button. Fine. A button where it should give, like, I should click on that and I should get an advice. So get advice. This one button is there. Correct. Now, one thing, if you notice over here, fine. If I remove this div element, now you see it is shouting. What it is shouting is that JSX expression must have only one parent element. It is telling you that it cannot return two different elements. It should always return one element. So one thing you can do is that either you wrap it inside a div element. This is wrap it inside a div element, or you can remove this div element and you can wrap it like this. This is called fragment tag. What it is called? Fragment tag. Fine. Fragment tag. So it also helps you to return only one element. Either you can use div, section, aside, whatever the containers you want, or you can use the fragment. Fine. For us, it's better. Let's write it inside the div element. Fine. Okay, div element. Now you'll ask, sir, now, okay, you have done so things. You have written all the elements where you should write a function. So we should always write the functions and everything over here before this return element. Before this return element. Correct? Now over here, guys, if you see, we don't actually use those add event listener. Fine. If we want to use those things, then what is the point of reading React? Correct. So we don't use those event listener, event what you call event selectors, element selectors, and all those things. Okay. Here, what we have to do, we have to do a fetch request, a function. Okay, we have to write a function where it is doing a fetch request, and that fetch request is giving me some data. So let's write a function. That time also we have written the function. Okay, function get advice, like this. Okay, is it an synchronous? It should. Okay, we will do a fetch request. Fine. So will it? Will this function be a synchronous function or a asynchronous function? We have to do a fetch request. Asynchronous function. Very good. Should I write here? Asynchronous function. Yeah, nice. Then const response is equal to await fetch fetch https colon double forward slash API dot advices. That's what it was, no? Advices slip.com. Okay, forward slash advice. Okay, let me check this API, guys. One second. Control C. Thunder client. Okay. Okay, we are getting an advice. This is what an API we have to run. This is the spelling. HTTPS double forward slash API dot advices adviceslips.com/advice. Fine. So it will return us what? JSON object. Can I write const data is equal to await response.json? Anything new I am doing? No, nothing new I am doing. Now the question arises. Now the question arising. So now we are getting the data correct. Where should we keep it? Or how we should show directly inside our h2 element? Correct. See here, the problem now. If it was in DOM, what you have done, you have selected the h2 element and then h2 element, you have selected it and then dot text content is equal to data. You have written that thing. Very easy that in DOM. But what about here? Here we have don't have to use the DOM property, correct? What should we do then? Okay, fine. Let's see console.log. Let's see data is coming or not first of all. Correct. Now you will ask, sir, get advice is there. Where should we call this get advice? This should be called when we have to hit the button. And so I will tell you like over here, attributes, attributes, correct? Like attributes, there is something called as on click. Now this is what event handlers. You have to write it as an attributes. This works just like add event listeners click, but you have to write like this. No need to write select the element, write add event listeners. In which button you want to you want to add the event, and that thing you directly write the event name with an on suffix on suffix or prefix something on starting with the on. Then here you have to write advice, get advice. Now I will ask you one question. Should I call this function or should I not call this function? What should I do? Is it is this correct or is this correct? First, second, which one is correct? Which one is correct, guys? Remember what we have done inside JavaScript, whether we called it or didn't called it. Very good, Harshini. Second, very good, Megha. Musical vibes, what do you think? First, second, okay. Musical vibes, what do you second? Okay, Kamal, I understand. Second, correct? Second. So first one means we will, when the function will run, when this function will run, it will directly going to call this function without doing any activity. So that is wrong. That is wrong. Get advice will be only called when we will click on that button. Fine. When we will click on that button. Get advice. Now this get advice, let's see. Now what we have to do in order to run this, what we have to do, we have to write uh, we have to first of all go inside this particular uh, project. Fine. So this particular project is called 01 basics, correct? Then you have to write npm run development, npm run dev. So you have to go inside this one and you have to write npm run dev, press enter. What will happen? It will give you an local host URL that you have to move. Fine. and you will get what? Get advice button. You'll get one button called get advice. Now, if I click on this button, what I'm getting? Oh, I'm getting the data, as you can see. I'm getting a data. Correct. So I have written it correct. Fine. That's my confirmation that I have written it correct. Now, my question is, how should I link this data with this H2 element? Now, here, what JavaScript has given us one very beautiful thing, one hook called use state, which is helping us to remember something and which is helping us to store something also. Just like a storage, just like a storage it has given to you. So what we will do, we will dump all these things inside that storage. Okay. Now, how to write that storage? You have to write that hook. So you have to write const square bracket is equal to use state. This is one hook. This hook helps you to store the data. Fine. And initial value if you want, you can give it anything. For me, it is an empty string. This is my initial value. And what should I store? I should store advice. Fine. I should store what? Advice. So this is what a storage variable, which is called advice. And there is a setter function called set advice. This set advice, this set advice will help us to store the data inside our advice. Nothing more it is doing. This is called setter function, and this is the variable which is storing our value. And this setter function will help to store the values inside advice. And we don't have to do manually. That is the great thing. That all will be done inside behind the scene by React only. What we have to do, we have to just give him the data. So what we have to do, we have to write set advice and data dot slip dot advice. That's what we have to do. Now forget about everything. Set advice will help us to keep the data, this whatever the data we are receiving, that data inside advice. And we can use this data, this is advice data, for our benefit. How? So over here, use JavaScript. You have to enable JavaScript mode. So this curly bracket is what? If you write anywhere curly bracket, this means JavaScript mode is enabled inside your HTML. And then you have to write advices. Pretty simple as that. Advice. Simple as that. Curly bracket means JavaScript mode on. And advices. Now, whatever the value you will get using this asynchronous function, you have kept it in advice, and that advice you are showing it inside your H2 element. Now see what will happen. If I click on get advice, life is short enough, don't race to the finish. I'm getting the data. Instead of writing h2 dot text element or text content, I have done this. I have used the storage. And if some application is running on the React, it is called, first of all, we have rendered this page. Rendered means the functions are mounted. The functions are now run inside this website. Fine. If I click get advice means get advice, the function over here is run. We have rendered this page. That's what a term called rendering. Okay. Was that hard to write React? See, was it hard to write React? Anybody who didn't understand over here anything? And you have to write the state like this only. Fine. So guys, those who are clear with this, they can leave the session. Thank you guys for joining it. It was just the introduction of React. Okay, and those who don't have that, those who have doubt, please stick with me. Okay, will I will make you understand. And those who are, and tomorrow you don't have class, we'll meet directly on Friday, guys. So thank you and good night. Okay, somebody once again please repeat it. What do you want Hazara to repeat? What thing I should repeat? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good night, Athira. Use state. See, use state is nothing but it is actually state means you understand what is state. Fine, okay. Use state is nothing but a storage unit of that particular function. Storage unit of this particular. See, everything is a function. If I minimize this now, everything is a function. Use state is a storage unit of that function. See, whatever I am getting over here, I will get a data, correct? I will get a data. So I want to store it inside this advice so that I can use it inside my JSX code, what I write. I can use inside my JSX code when I write. Fine. So directly we cannot go and write it inside advice. What we have to do, we have to use this setter function. This is a function which is helping us to keep the data inside advice. Now, how it is done? It is according to the React. React knows. We don't have to worry about that. We just have to give him the data. You set advice data.slip.advice. You set it. Fine. Fine. So what happens? It will store that data. And then you can use this stored data, you can use over here to display it. That's all. Simple as that. Now you can store over here like empty string. You can store it in as an array also. Nobody is stopping you. Fine. Okay. You can store it as an array. Then you have to display it as an array. Fine. You have to display it as an array. Then you can store it as an object. So you have to display it as an object. Now I have stored it just like a string value. So I'm displaying it as a string value. Understood? Just whatever the output we are getting, dumping inside our use state, because it is a storage unit of our function, which is given, this functionality is given by what? React use state as a hook. Vandana is asking is, sir, in order to code in React, we need to do them in the app.jsx only. No, I told you, na, import and export is there. Na. I can create one more file, one more component, and there I can write everything. And from there, I can export it, that function, and import it inside app.jsx. If you want to change main, you can change main. Nobody is stopping you to do that. In the main also, you can write the same things. This is the data how it is coming. This is the data how it is coming. See, I have given whatever I am getting the data. No, I am keeping it inside this particular variable. This particular variable is a object. See, this is how it is coming. So this is what a data. Inside the data, you have a slip. Inside the slip, you have to go to advice. Object inside an object inside an object. That's why I have written data.slip.advice. This whole thing is a data for me. Data dot slip. Fine. Slip is against, you see, is an object, and dot advice, key value. Merry Christmas to all of you. Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining. Vandana, got your answer?